beverages. We're all together. How'd your cookies come out?
Yay! Good. I am gonna have to go rescue the last batch in about 10 minutes.
We'll warn you if we start seeing like smoke billowing in the background.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that.
Well, we can't. Yeah, that's all we can really do.
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't really do anything. There's a few pieces of housekeeping we gotta talk about first. The only thing I've mentioned so far is that last time I forgot to give you your experience points. So take your 2 experience points for being your participation award. That's what it is. Which allows you to add 2 points to occupational skills. Again, make sure you don't go above whatever your maximum value is for whatever skill you're looking at.
I just realized that there is a pistol, and then there's a gun skill. Like, hey, I'm going to shoot you, but there's also a pistol skill. I don't understand.
What?
Let me investigate.
Well,
there's your combat pistol, and then in the skills, like where like interrogation and stuff is, there's a pistol skill. I want to see what that says. Oh, I shoot a pistol. So it's the skill for like if I want to shoot an object, I would imagine then.
Are you talking about the military skills?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, well, that's to separate it from rifle. Those are very different. Shooting a long gun as opposed to a pistol.
Yeah.
They're just separate. It's just broken down.
I don't get what he's. I know, but I don't get what he's like.
Because in the combat,
yeah.
Whoa, what? Where I had.
I get that it's weird that there's a skill for like on the skill page to like roll it for whatever reason, but it's different than making an attack.
That's what I'm saying. It's different than making an attack.
Yeah.
But it's on the skill page, which I just found a little funny.
Who knows?
That's
just a generic pistol, like just like a bang bang, just whatever.
A bang bang.
To pistol bang bang.
Yep. The other thing I wanted to... Actually, there's only one more thing I think we need to bring up before we start, is that another thing that I forgot to do, that I remembered this week, was to figure out your guys' wages, since you are all employed in one way or another. So I've kind of put together what I think you guys are earning on a weekly basis. Since this campaign will kind of, like I said, will kind of span larger chunks of time than our first one. There was no guideline in this one, really. The only thing I could possibly really even remotely go off of was there are prices and stuff for meals and lodging, but there's a little bit more detail in D&D 5e for that kind of stuff. So I kind of made some stuff up, some figures, and I'll just kind of, if they're, we can adjust them down the road if they're way off, or I can just kind of move around prices of things in the world to kind of be appropriate. Because if I figure out that I'm giving you guys way too much money, then things will just cost more. But I think there is a pretty decent spot. The prices I'm going to give you are also kind of, they already take into account fees, living expenses, all that kind of stuff. I think all you guys kind of live for free and kind of eat for free, except for maybe Alistair, but just to kind of factor things in, because you're also paying fees to.
I also don't eat. I don't eat slop.
Yeah,
like the rest of them.
Yeah. Well, you also pay fees to the unseen, as well as any contract you fulfill. A percentage. You don't get the whole thing. You're selling stuff. So for yours is a little. You make the most, but I kind of give you like an average, and you will kind of get, and that's just to reflect your normal day-to-day trading and your normal job. It doesn't take into account contracts we may actually do in the game, and where you sell something unique. That'll be separate as like a one-time kind of bounty. So Mick, you are making 5 gold coins a week.
Okay.
But you have no expenses because they give you room and board. You get slop. You get a simple room to sleep in. Maybe even basic clothing. They'll throw you, like a shirt and pants just once in a while. And you have, your rudimentary tools. You're also kind of provide for you.
Guess I'll put that in my contacts in my story.
Yep, and if we cover a chunk of time, I'll just try to remind you, or you can remind me. Try to do it. It won't be exact. I don't know if we're gonna really micromanage the days that are passing, but whatever. Josephine, you also have all your expenses pretty much covered. You have a room that's part of your pay. You get food as part of your pay because you kind of live out of the barracks. You're also provided, your own equipment, outfit, uniform. So your bases are covered. You make 20 gold coins a week as your spending money.
Cool.
Alistair, as I said before, you will get bonuses for contracts, items, but your average week-to-week allotment is 30 gold coins a week. Because crime pays.
Yep. Crime pays.
You've been doing it a long time. And that's just, that's just to reflect your just average, just every week kind of expected money that you can kind of count on. If we cover in this episode, you selling the capacitor that you stole last time, I have a price set for that, but we'll cover that when you get to it. And any contracts like that, special things will be added. And eventually down the road, you may find that we end up with having living expenses come into account and whatever. But for right now, you guys are pretty much, because of your professions, kind of taken care of in most aspects. So that basically just covers your room, your basic kind of 3 meals a day. Alistair, your clothing and stuff isn't covered. You have what you have now, but if you want new stuff, you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
Josephine, like if she, for some reason, loses part of her armor or something, her uniform or something, like she could go back and just get another...
Damaged.
Whatever, you know what I mean? Like you could go back to the barracks and get another set without too much trouble. As that wasn't like every week. So don't think you can sell your armor and then get a new free set.
Just sell the armor and then go get a new pair. We're good.
Nope, no hacks.
That would be really funny. Okay, hold on. I have to go get the cookies.
Okay, go get your cookies.
So, I'm guessing that glowing yellow thing is the tower.
Yeah, that's the only good thing. It's not like it's exploding at this point or anything really, but that's just a symbol.
Oh, I was just imagining that that's the top-down view. Like that's
that's kind of what it is.
Looking at it directly from the top.
I couldn't find a good lighthouse. I mean, that didn't look real long.
For me, where's my Steam Jack?
Oh shoot! I knew
No,
I was forgetting something. Let's see if I can.
He's gonna be like the only thing I fight with.
Dude, you better run. Just leave the guard.
What page is the Steam Jack's on? All right, I gotta learn how to do this.
Yeah, that was your homework, to learn how to use your Steam
rules,
Jack.
312. It's been a crazy week.
I don't want your excuses.
I understand.
Give me back those experience points.
No, it's not. Okay.
Dude, you should run. Just get the fuck out. Leave it to the cogs.
One cog already got cut down.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not your problem.
Oh boy, man, I gotta find a mech of some sort.
Did Josephine bounce already?
No one bounced. Really, nothing really happened. We just kind of, recap everything, but. And I only worked on the map and the tokens for like 5 minutes. So it won't hurt my feelings if you guys just run away.
Well, I'm not there. I would have been gone already.
Yeah. Why is that's not right? Oh boy, let's see what I have on my. What the? Let's see if I can figure out where I stored all my token collection. I think it's here. There. In my folder of a million things from the previous campaign. Symbols. Token images. And I did think for a moment as I was going over like the enemies and stuff. I remember thinking like, oh yeah, he has the mech, but then I never put it in.
Put it into account.
Yeah.
This is a mech warrior.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, there we go. I got some Warforged tokens from D&D. Those look like mechs. Let's give you... I don't want it to look too ferocious. He's just a construction jack.
For now.
Beep boop bop boop boop.
Eventually, it's going to become a bastion at one point.
Okay. I need like 5 more minutes so I can like take them upstairs and stuff. So I'll be right back. Sorry, guys.
That's all good.
So how successful was the first stream?
In terms of viewers and whatnot?
Yes.
I don't know if anybody watched this last week. Oh, I mean, not more than just popping in and out.
Oh.
What did you name your mech officially?
Not officially yet. I was gonna like search up a few names and whatnot and create my own out of them.
Okay. You should have control of his token.
At one point, but like I said, this week's been crazy. I actually forgot it was Friday until like 10, 15 minutes before 9.
At least you're awake.
Yeah, at least I'm awake. That's the good thing. I was actually just about to start laying down too, and I was like, oh wait, shit, there's something I need to do today.
We'll leave it to you to keep track of his vitality and life spiral, or however, whatever it is.
Yeah, see, my life spiral is low. If I get hit once, I'm pretty much done with what we've been seeing. Magic is going to destroy me.
Did we decide on what kind of jack you have? That's just I don't see many choice. I don't see many different
Steam
chassis
Jacks come
in
in
here.
a wide variety of chassis types, configurations, ages, and functions.
They have 4 chassis in here. Looks like. And yours is a labor jack, so like a light labor jack, I guess.
I was gonna say, yeah, it'd probably be like a light, super cheap one. Pretty much its only objective is to like grab things and lift things, really.
Right. I mean, there's no weaponry. Just got claws or maybe
hands.
rudimentary hands.
Yeah. I'm still trying to look at this stuff to like control it and whatnot, and it's not really telling me anything.
You just have to go through the Steam Jack section, I think.
Yeah, it's page 312, and controlling a Steam Jack is 321.
Yeah, so for weapons, you have a melee weapon of a Steam Jack Fist, light Steam Jack version, for sure.
That's fine. Okay, I'm good with that. Do I have to make a character sheet for this guy or something?
It might help, or at least somehow keep his stats and just do the rolls manually.
I think there's a spot on the.
There should be there might be a spot in the character sheets on Roll20.
Yeah, there's a Steam Jack thing on the basic page, Steam Jack selection.
Oh, there is. Yep, there he is. All All right. I am not liking the damage grid and all that. He has light. Okay. Warcaster. Oh, I forgot. I technically put the name in just like in spite of everyone hating Dinky.
Well, I gave him a name.
Bot as the name. Oh, did you? Okay, what's the
labeled
name?
your token Jack with apostrophe Jack.
Apostrophe Jack.
Or Steam Jack without the steam.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think the Steam Jack thing is just be something we kind of figure out as we go.
Cortex. There's Arcanum, Aurum, Ferrum, and Cupernum.
Jeez, Arcanum is obviously magic.
It's like, Jesus Christ, man. So many options.
There are.
The Steam Jacks are like way more complicated than the characters are.
They really are. I don't know if I should have done this.
What have you done?
I have to control 2 characters technically now. A simple little gobber and a super highly sophisticated mechanical like bot that I'm like, wait, what do I do now that I have it?
Punch everything.
You have yeah, we're gonna give you the Capernaum grade Cortex, which is the cheapest, crappiest one.
Oh, yep. Got it. Done.
Makes sense.
All right.
Yeah,
because
there's a Ferrum grade Cortex, which was a little bit more advanced for it. Yes, it's designed for like regulated labor jacks, but you don't have a good labor jack.
That's cool. For the damage grid, I just have to click. There's like all, heavy, and light for the damage grid.
Yeah.
Since the chassis is light, I just click light, and it like fills out what I need here for the
Good.
I guess the life spiral or whatever.
Right. Well, I don't think it's a life spiral. It's a damage grid. I think you roll on that to see which area grid. Of it gets hit in, like the the foot, the
1, 2, 3,
upper
4,
arm,
5, 6.
the head.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, your Cortex, a Steam Jack with a Capernaum grade Cortex, is capable of following only the simplest instructions. These jacks require a great deal of handling and a watchful eye. A Steam Jack with a Capernaum grade Cortex possesses a limited intellect. It enjoys pleasing its controller and can be trained to follow simple commands. Over time, it develops habits and limited personality traits, but it cannot gain an imprint or learn to enhance its fighting skills.
Okay, this damage grid helps me. The blue is arms, the green is its movement, yellow is arc node, red is cortex. Yeah. And then there's like gray or white, so I guess those are just its whole.
Yeah.
Primary and secondary stats for the Steam Jack.
If you look on page 301, you have a stat block for your Forager Light Laborjack chassis, which is what you have.
Oh, okay. Jesus. Gotta make another character.
301, let's see. Damage grid. There's a heavy Laborjack. Forager Light.
Yep, that's you. And also, it also has stats light? For your fuel burn and load usage times. So fuel, you get 7 hours of general usage in 1 hour of combat.
Docker. Alright, so I'm just gonna do the Forager one, or Talon Light.
I don't know what you're saying. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, no, yeah, you're Forager Light Laborjack.
Okay.
The Talon's a Warjack.
He's making stuff up now.
No, I'm not.
Lies.
7
has jetpacks and can fly, I swear.
Strength is 7.
Got laser beams and...
No, it says it's here. It's invincible? I don't know. It carries me everywhere I want to go.
Trust me, I swear. Agility is 4. God. Agility 4. PRW, don't even know what that is.
Power.
Prowess.
Or
okay.
prowess, whatever.
I am a genius. Poise, that, I know what that is. That's 2. And Dark Souls got me on the poise. Intelligence is 1. It's as smart as me. Perception is 1.
That's sad.
Oh no, my intellect as my gobber is never mind. Initiative is, I guess the base would be 10.
Well, 'cause, I mean, you
Yes.
remember the initiative rolls are like way higher than like the D&D ones are. Like that's what you
Yeah,
actually get
yeah,
added
yeah.
to the 2d6, like
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
MAT is 4.
Your melee attack. So that's what you would
Yeah.
add to hit with your fist. It'd be a 2d6 plus 4 to hit.
MAT is 4. Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your range attack
And
value is
RAT
2. You don't have any ranged attacks at the moment.
defense is 10. Yeah, these are all right here. I just had to find them on this small little page. Arm is 14.
Yeah, it's your armor. It is a steamjack after all.
I like how my Gobber's defense is higher than my Steamjack's by quite a bit.
Well, I mean that's
And
kind
I
of like
mean
your
quite.
evasion.
That's your ability to dodge.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, this
Yeah.
steamjack, how fast do you think it can move?
Oh,
So
on a
target.
second.
I think you're gonna be hitting a Steamjack, no matter what.
And I think the
What?
damage grid thing, while complicated, is kind of a cool idea because you get off like a lucky shot, hit the cortex, and it's just disabled. If you fully damage the cortex, you don't have to, or an
Could
arm.
you guys tell me what your defense and armor is? Because for some reason, I don't know what happened to mine, but it says mine are 21 each.
That's not true.
That's
You're a
not
dirty
true, I
liar.
know, because my defense was 15 and my armor was like 10.
Yeah, my defense is 12 and my armor is 11, so.
Same.
You probably have pretty good defense, little gobber, but probably pretty.
Yeah,
crappy
yeah, it's
armor.
15. I remember it from last session. It was 15 and the armor was like 10. But I looked up at it and it says 21 now. What?
Are you looking at your.
You just
I don't know.
change something somehow.
Fuck that up.
Only thing I've changed was the skills, and that was plus and 1 to 2
Well, just
things.
set it back.
I can't physically change it.
Oh my god.
Where's your stupid character sheet?
Like, I can't physically change it. What have I done?
Jesus Christ.
It's got to be based on a certain value that you change somewhere.
I don't remember changing it anywhere.
Isn't it based on
Modify with other defenses in combat tab. Combat tab? Where's other defenses? Is that okay? No, that's just a.
You see, it says 21, right? That's not just my.
No, yeah. I'm looking at it. You
screen,
can't
so-
change it. Doesn't tell me why I can't change it either.
I think because it's based on like it's like based on like your
Oh, it's
stats.
basing it off of
Your Steamjack?
my Steamjack along with me.
Oh, well, that's.
That's weird.
Is that really what it's doing? That it's just add them?
Yeah, because I just put the defense for the Steamjack down by 1, and it changed my defense down from 21 to 20.
Oh, yeah.
Put it
I
back
see
to
that
the
now.
defense of 10, and boom. Yeah.
Shouldn't do that. I don't should do that. That's wrong.
No, yeah, that's.
Fuck. What the fuck?
I don't know. I don't see any. You'd think there would be like a check box somewhere to be like, add it to it or not add it to it. That could just be
That's what
something
I
you're
just-
gonna have to
there's a
keep
checkbox
track
at the
of.
bottom right, but that's just adding 2.
Yeah. I would suggest either keeping track of it in your head or changing it. Taking off the defense and armor value for your Steamjack and just knowing what that is.
Maybe because this tab
Oh,
isn't
never mind. I'm super weak. I thought my defense was 15. I guess it's 11.
And your
Maybe
armor's
because-
7.
It's pretty high for defense.
7 armor though. Don't get hit.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm never going to get hit. Let's not.
Yeah, it's so weird. Why does it do that?
Maybe because that tab is just for making for a Steamjack. So instead of because you can only make the character or a Steamjack character sheet.
It does the same thing with your initiative. And it's probably gonna
does
just,
it really?
Yeah. So I guess maybe you just can't use that.
All right, let me write down my Steamjacks like initiative and stuff, and I'll just erase all that from
just keep track of
character
your
sheet.
page or whatever.
All right, that is initiative
Oh, I was rolling for you. Come on.
10. MAT 4.
You can make a character sheet for your Jack, but we can do it later.
Yeah, we'll do that later.
Yeah, that's
Two.
fine. I'll make a character sheet and assign it to you. You can do whatever you want with it. Yeah, maybe that's what it's intended for. It just has all the different options in one, because it's only one template.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I was saying. Because there's like an NPC tab too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like
Well, I mean, that's how the D&D one was. You could, but it was a little bit more. It wasn't. Yeah, they weren't integrated. But
Yeah.
you could switch to it. You could change it to the template to an NPC one. It was just like a dumbed down version. Okay. So last time, our first episode, you guys were all given separate missions, contracts, assignments.
Jobs.
Yep. But seeing at this point in our city of Aethermere, Cinderstorm Corporation, the dominant corporation that basically rules in the city for the most part, has begun construction of this some sort of advanced technology. Is essentially creating like lamppost light things like all over the city, rolling out long cables to essentially power them, it would seem. And there are dozens throughout the city, and they wanted to kind of get them all, the installations all finished on the same time, light them all up all at once to be, super special. So, resources were kind of spread thin, but it all had to get done. Josephine, you were assigned, along with a couple other younger corporals, just to go watch over the crowd and the activity around one of these construction zones, kind of as it is. Just to make sure nothing, just to kind of perform your basic duties, really. Just kind of patrol and make sure nothing gets out of hand. Mick, you were sent to help out the Cinderstorm engineers in doing some of the grunt work, the actual installation, and final construction. And Alistair was given a slightly more sinister in the shadows task. He was given a contract to go and steal a very special, very expensive, very advanced piece of technology that was going to be installed into these towers, these light towers. You were given a diagram so you knew what you were going after, and eventually you were able to steal it successfully. There was some luring people down the alley, some mugging, some Hitman-style redressing. Did get caught, though. That was kind of your one hiccup because you put on a uniform that was too big for you. Josephine recognized that you weren't the same guy that had been there before. She alerted one of the Cinderstorm enforcers. They chased you, took some shots at you, but you were able to get away. With that very special capacitor gone, there's really not a great way to kind of finish construction on this particular light tower, but one of the higher up Cinderstorm mucky mucks who came down to see the lighting of this thing demanded that Mick just make it work. Figure it out, no excuses, who cares if the part's gonna patch something together, get it operational. Mick, being that wonderful mechanic he is, figured out a way to kind of bypass that, that part and get it to work. Sort of. Also, kind of beforehand, Josephine was lured away into an inn that's right there nearby, actually where she's standing now. Ended up upstairs, found a strange gentleman tied to a chair, gagged, bound in one of the rooms. Saved him. He was, he wasn't naked. Josephine questioned him about what was going on. He was very elusive, giving kind of, didn't know a lot at first, then gave some information. Also had a note tied to him, or set on him, that simply said, "They know." I believe was all it said. Period. Along with a symbol that Josephine recognizes. Question, got some information out of him. Eventually, he kind of ran off. Before he potentially got murdered or whatever.
Meh.
And then Josephine rejoined.
That's him right there, dead on the ground, blood everywhere.
No. So then, once Mick finally got the tower put together, something akin to like electricity, even though that technology isn't quite in this world yet, but that's the best way to explain to you guys kind of what's going on. Setting out the cables, lit up this light tower. At first it was oohs and ahs. It's just great, not like a light bulb, but something like that at the top, glowed real bright. And then it kind of dimmed and glowed again, and then popped, and little streaks of lightning struck a few unsuspecting citizens as well as the Cinderstorm executive, and they were immediately turned into some sort of burnt husk ash type creatures that immediately started screaming and attacking whatever was closest. One of the cogs that was with Josephine was one of the first victims. He's the guy, actually the only body on the map. I had like a whole crowd put in there, but it was just too congested. Couldn't make sense of anything. Most of the people have started kind of scattering and running away at this point. And this is very strange, very scary. It is, it's dusk at this point. There are 3 of these creatures. One just cut down one of the cogs. The other is right next to Mick and the Jack. The other one's a little bit closer to Josephine. There's these great feral screeching beasts. So I guess you guys can tell me how you want to proceed. Most of the crowd at this point is screaming and running, and they're largely out of the area, the immediate area. And Alistar is in a safe house somewhere, counting his money.
Fighting.
Okay. Do you want to just hop into combat then?
I'm hopping right into combat.
Josephine?
That was a pretty good roll.
Yeah, that was a really good roll. I mean, if there's anyone who's obviously hurt, then I'd probably head for them. Otherwise, I'd just probably take a couple steps back so I can gauge at a distance.
Okay.
Or I'd go stand near. Is this the other cog right here who's still alive?
No, it just says
Here.
Corporal. Yep.
Yeah, I would go stand next to them, maybe.
I'll quickly dash over there. Would you like to roll and get into combat order to simplify things?
Yes.
Yeah, you certainly don't have to fight once you're in order.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Oh.
why this... Okay, it worked for you. Mick rolled it and didn't pop up automatically on the sheet.
Oh.
No, it's not your fault. I mean, I had the list popped up already, so it should have worked. Other things that initiatives are. Initiative 12. Okay. So roll 2d6. Turn. Okay, rolling initiative. Boop. Boop. Wow,
Damn.
3 20s. Oh yeah, I only needed to roll 3 times. Duh. Just an idiot. They all rolled the
Jesus.
same exact thing.
Jeez.
Oh, those are all 20s.
All 20s. Okay. And that's oops. Descending. Okay.
Seeing as how I think they're all gonna come after me since I'm closest to all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Being
Oh,
the
and one more
tiny-
thing, since we are starting combat, another thing that we have to keep in mind about combat that we haven't really talked about yet, and we didn't take into account our first combat, is we have to take into account your character's facings, which way you are facing, because there are advantages to being completely behind a character, bonus to attack and other mechanics. So we're just gonna say the way the bottom of your portrait, that's your front. That's why I kind of turned Mick around already.
One of
Because-
my skills. Additionally, enemies never gain backstrike bonuses against this character.
Well, don't worry about that. You don't have to worry about it.
It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't even matter to me.
Well, I
Actually,
mean, it will
think
matter
you
for
have a
enemies
tunic if you
potentially
have
too.
creed or whatever awareness. Well, being the tiny little like
Goober.
36-inch tall goober, because that's what he is.
Mhm.
I'm gonna climb up onto my steam jack, like right on his head, so I don't get hit easily by these guys. Hopefully,
Okay,
and
you can
I'm
do
gonna.
you can do that. We'll say that is like like a full turn to start climbing on your steam jack.
That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, we forgot
I'll
to add.
take
We
that as-
forgot to add Jack. What's Jack's
we
initiative?
did.
What was it 10?
Jack's initiative is 10. Yes.
Okay, so why don't you roll that then? 2d6 plus 10.
Okay. Okay. 2D. Oh, slash R. 2D6
15.
plus 10.
Oh, no, 16. Okay, perfect. It's at the bottom anyway.
Yep.
Okay. And just to be
He's-
clear, he follows very basic instructions from you,
Yeah, I'm just gonna say
but punch could be one of them.
smack, punch,
Okay.
maybe even kick if you can.
And those will kind of be addressed on his turn. So that's it for you. We won't. Yeah, we don't want to put your token. Oh, jeez. See,
Yeah,
now
that's why I didn't move it.
we'll keep in mind you're just on top of him.
I think I can.
Okay. The one that
Yeah, I
is
can put him right there like that.
yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. This is the one that's turn. It is, I guess, it's closest to Mick and the Steam Jack. It's gonna run. It'll be hitting at the Steam Jack just because that's what it can reach.
Oh, thank God.
I know we. Actually, no. No, it's not.
Burrow.
It turns. Well, it gets about here, and it attacks you, Mick, with it just spews this cloud of like ash and gross
awesome.
stuff in you.
Thanks for
In your
ruining
face.
my day.
Okay, so this is 2. It's gonna have to hit. It is a ranged attack, so plus 2 plus
It's hitting, I'm sure.
plus 11.
It meets.
That hits then.
Oh God, I'm dead. I'm so dead.
You could be dead.
He's got to roll the damage.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
a lot.
I
Of,
have 7 armor.
yeah, the power on this thing is just off the charts.
I'm so dead.
We're going with it. Oh boy.
No.
20. I'm
crap.
dead. What are you talking about? I'm dead. I see.
What?
I don't exist anymore.
What is this?
That's how the damage is. It not 2d6 plus the power. Power's 10. Even well, yeah. I mean that's a lot more than
Yep,
the
no, that's
claw.
correct.
So how do I
So
do
it's
this again?
13.
Like I'm -7 from it.
Yep. And then Mike has to roll a column. So roll 1d6.
D6. Well, if he has, I mean, if his total life spiral is less than 13, it's not gonna really matter anyway, is it?
Yeah, but
5.
it should be. It's mine.
So how do I do this then? I go, click, click, and then what? I'm
So you
dead.
start at. Do you have less than 13?
In total for all of these things,
Yeah.
Yes.
I have 14.
Oh, so
I
you're
mean-
not dead. You're just
you have one
severely
single
handicapped.
health point.
Yeah, in everything.
Yeah, so I guess you start at whatever
Whichever
5
your
is.
last is bold.
So like, 1 and 2 are blue, 3 and 4 are red, 5 and 6 are green.
So start
I would go from
green.
Yeah.
green. I start, and then I like just take out. I just cover all of those.
Mhm.
Then
Yeah.
blue,
except
then
for your
red,
last green
and then
spot.
that last one.
Right. So you should have 1 red, vitality point
Yeah.
left in that spiral. And you're also going to be. I gotta find the. Because 2 of your categories are
Crippled,
Yeah,
dead.
crippled. I don't know what those. Oh, hold on. There we go. Crippled.
Blue is physique and green is intellect.
Okay, so you saved your agility is fine. That's what red is.
My agility is, I guess it would be fine. I would
Okay.
hope.
So you have -2 to strength and -2 to defense. Additionally, you cannot upkeep spells, but that doesn't matter for you.
-2 to defense.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep.
You got a player wipe in the first combat.
Yeah, what is this?
Combat in this game is really tough.
Yeah, it's not forgiving. I mean, that was his strongest attack. Oh, I lost his page. Yeah, the power for that is 10. Like its claw attack is, the power is 4. It was also a really good roll. It was 2 off maximum. 2 off max. Okay. So you digest that for a bit.
Yeah, well, next round I'm dead. Like, I'm dead now, actually. All 3 of them are coming after me.
The next one is going to take a turn to just, just to mess with the corpse. We'll be joining in next turn. The one closest to you since it's in melee range, it's going to melee attack your jack. So, look at his stats. This is to hit. Oh, I did it again.
That hits.
Oh yeah, that's a good roll.
God damn.
Defense is only 10.
Killing you all.
Jesus Christ.
14 against
14,
armor.
that is its armor, exact.
Okay, so it takes 0 damage. Then you rake this claws. You can hear like a screeching, on this metal
Well, I'm sitting there, like, bleeding out,
on
twitching,
top, holding onto its head. Josephine,
foaming
Okay,
from the mouth.
the
I'm
corporal,
going
the corporal at your
to
side looks at
look
you and says, "Orders, Lieutenant."
Do I see anybody in theory that could be behind us somewhere else that I could send him?
Do you mean? I mean,
Don't
you could
send him away,
send
send
him
him
to
back.
help out with the rest of the crowd that's fleeing and running over each other.
Yes.
They've kind of all cleared the area, but just kind of like an arc, like from right at you to the top of the page is kind of where they all are running.
Okay, I'm gonna tell him that I'm gonna go help that gobber, and he should go attend to anyone who's having trouble escaping.
Yeah. There would be some old folks or children, and maybe people getting knocked down, and because this is quite a little. It wasn't a huge crowd, but it is a panic, and it's dark. Okay, he just nods.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Okay, I'm just gonna move in a little bit closer, like here.
Mhm.
Shoot, I'm trying to think. I don't know how far these hexes are versus like what my spell range is.
Well, I think each spell individually has a range, all of its own.
Yeah.
In 6 or 5, whatever the value is, the number of hexes that we're
Okay,
using.
so my range
the
is
number
like 48 feet, and what's each hex?
Isn't like 5.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have to look at how the range is written because, like, the way speed is written, like 6, that correlates directly to hexes or squares on your playing mat. So 6 speed equals 6 squares. I don't know if spells are the same way, but they should be.
It should be. Its range is 8.
Okay,
so
then
I
yes,
can
yep,
actually.
that makes sense. 8.
I'm just gonna keep standing right here, and I'm gonna target the that middle one there.
Sure.
Or actually, no, I'm gonna target. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4,
You can
5,
hit
6.
any of them.
I'm gonna target the one attacking Mick.
Okay. And if that's a ranged, if you have to make an attack roll, I think you get +2 because you started the turn and stayed the turn completely in its back.
Okay. Whoops. That's not it.
You cast blank.
I cast nothing.
Cast
Ah.
blank, cost for 1.
-1.
Heals.
It was a sparkle. That's all it did.
Little party
Like a
favor.
street magician.
Oh shoot! How do I get rid of
Confetti.
Yeah.
Yay.
Like one of those trick guns. Flag just comes out.
Yeah.
Bang.
Just says bang.
Okay. So I just don't know. I don't know how to add 2 to this.
Well, I just add it in our heads.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's like a crazy here. Okay, so to hit is 16 then, because you get a bonus.
Yeah.
I think that was good enough anyway. Yep, no, for sure.
Yep.
21 versus its armor. That's a disgusting amount of damage. Armor is
Magic is OP, dude.
12.
To be fair, that's also one-off. It's one-off max.
Yeah. No, yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Yes, that's another 2d6 plus 10. That's what I rolled.
Would this
Okay.
count as a living creature?
Mm,
In what way? Oh, the regains.
For the effect, yeah.
Hold on, I'll cover
Like, is
that.
it a living creature?
Let me do some
I'm
math.
on
Is it-
now anyway, so it's
Okay, so you just when you hit it just I don't know what it looks like, but it just kind of just disperses. And it's gone, and you do get, well, I mean, you're at full health, but you do feel like the magic, the life force, like get ripped out of this thing and just like thunder into your chest. Maybe, almost invigorating you a little bit because you're already kind of topped off.
cool. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. It was the this one by Mick.
This one.
Oh, hold on.
Yes.
Hold the phone. I forgot one of their abilities. Okay, never mind.
Oh. Oh.
Do they have tough?
Yet they have tough. Did not meet the tough because you just completely obliterated it. There's just a puff of like black ash, and then like this little sparkles getting charged back to you. Did you want to do anything else on your turn? Not
No.
close enough to get into melee range, I don't think. 1, 2, 3.
I don't want to be
Oh,
in
you
melee
could, you could,
range.
but okay. The corporal
Oh,
turns and just kind of runs off. This helping old ladies up. Jack, what's Jack doing?
Jack is straight up kicking this guy or punching this guy
Okay.
in front of me.
Are you looking at the stats for that?
Yeah, his
'Cause
MAT, which I believe would just be his attack.
Yep, so roll that first to
Melee
hit,
attack?
and then the damage, I think the power on it is
Um,
just 2, I think.
So that would be 2d6
Plus whatever
Plus-
the MAT is, 4.
4.
No attack modifier, and the power is 2 of your weapon. So 10 to hit, does not hit.
I didn't think so.
Steam Jack punch! Just kind of just misses, too slow. Its use is just, this is
Yeah.
probably his first live combat.
That's pretty much all I can do with this guy.
Yeah, did you, I
At
mean,
least
you
for
could
now.
try it. What is that? Who's playing the drums?
Hold on a sec.
Brittany, stop with the bongo.
I know I have no musical talent.
Did you want to have the Jack move or anything like that?
Um,
To try to get you away?
you know what? I am gonna say we're gonna move a bit.
Well,
But I'm not stupid
Okay.
about the turning my back to it because I don't know about the Steam Jack. So we're gonna be
Oh, okay.
staring at it
we could
as
all
we
do
move
that.
this
Like
way,
everyone in the stream was like, what?
right in front of this shop.
And just to remind you, oops, shoot. I forgot you can move your character. I don't need to do it for you. Fix your tokens. I messed them up.
If you hold
Fine.
Alt, you can just kind of
Yeah,
throw
yeah.
them anywhere.
The Steam Jack is gonna take a opportunity attack. I think that still
That's-
happens in this world.
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
so.
I think we
Yeah,
did it before.
but I just don't want the backstab opportunity.
No, yeah, that's fine. So, what is that noise? Is that, anybody else hearing that?
Oh, I know.
Apparently he's tenderizing meat.
Oh,
He's tenderizing me.
Apparently that's what's happening. Apparently this is the last one though, so it's fine.
You sure it's meat and not a cookie?
okay. 11 to
He
hit.
better not be fucking smashing those cookies.
Oh, was that 11 to hit?
11 to hit your Steam Jack.
That hits.
Okay. Damage is just going to be. Oh, that was supposed to be +6 anyway, so whatever it hit. No, this is the damage. That was a damage.
That does not.
Okay.
That's a big old nope.
Yep.
Another
You're good.
scraping
Nick,
against-
it's your turn. How you feeling, buddy?
My turn. I'm not feeling good.
It's a little different than working on, gears and sprockets all day long, isn't it?
Yeah, this is very much different. It's not like I have someone to just stab things in the throat for me.
Shoot it.
That's what I'm shooting the hell out of it.
Okay.
This guy right here, the
Pow,
guy
pow.
that's
Closest to you.
ooh, let me roll that. Effective range is 66. This pistol is OP, man.
You
Well,
you better land the shot.
I don't land the shot.
Well, that's 66 feet, not 66 hexes. I think each has is 6 feet. That would be 11.
Oh,
hexes.
yeah,
That's why it's
66 feet, yeah.
yeah. There's 6 foot,
So
not
that's
5
11?
foot. 11 squares, or hexes, but you're fine. I'm just saying it's not 66 hexes
And what
of
would
range.
330 be?
Boy. I mean, that works out evenly too, but I'm not gonna do the math. There's 3s. Okay, 9 to hit. Nope, you miss.
Yeah, I know this. Yeah. Well, it says I can attack twice. Once during my activation phase, if I want to.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So could I just attack another time then?
Yeah. So that was your activation phase. Now you're going into your normal
Alright.
phase,
Boom.
or your action
net.
phase. That's even worse. What are you even shooting at?
Yeah.
Holy, what the fuck? He's jacked.
I mean, it's just
I'm
+3. but-
jacked.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm.
All right. A couple miss. Oh well, hold on. You had to. Well, you could have reloaded anyway. That's fine. And reminder: keep track of your ammunition.
Yeah, I've already taken it down by 2.
So that's fine. So during your activation phase, you shot your already loaded pistol. You use your quick action to load it, and then you use your attack action to fire it again. All right. I'll assume you're gonna stay put. The one that was feasting. Let's do this. Okay. Screeches sees the giant shiny steamjack. Well, it's not shiny, it's rusty. Runs this way. He's going to attack Jack the steamjack. There it is. 12 to hit.
That hits.
Easy to hit.
Hard to damage.
Yep, that's the thing. Oops. Let's roll 2d6. It's 4, right? 4.
That does not hit. That
Okay.
does not hurt.
It's getting very, very angry. Next one. What?
What?
Oh, I thought you said
Oh, because I forgot to put the plus things in the advancement thing, so I know what I plussed.
Oh, and I forgot to mention that cloud attack that hit you, Mick, causes you to suffer a -2 to attack, and PRE rolls, perception rolls, I guess, until he spends a quick action to clear his eyes and mouth of debris. I think you still.
You know
would-
what's messed up? My perception's 1.
That's what PRE is, right?
I don't know why it's 1 though. I thought that was higher. The same with my. Oh no, this is the Steamjack's one.
Yeah, the
my
Steam
God.
Jack's not really. I mean, it doesn't really have eyes, so
Yeah. I don't know.
not really.
-2.
Yep.
My perception's still 1. Never mind.
All right, well, whatever. I mean, you still roll
Alright,
2d,
well-
so it'll be a 2d6 -1. I mean, you're still getting a number. Oops.
Yeah.
All right, so
My-
this one up here runs. Is going to attack as well. Steam Jack.
They're just trying to beat on the Steamjack. That doesn't even hit.
Doesn't even hit.
Josephine
That's
has
what
to
it
do all
is,
the
yeah.
work then.
Hey, I'm tank right now.
Remind me
I
what.
know. He's doing a
Remind
good
me-
job.
Hold on. Remind me what the P plus S stat is.
E plus S.
Yeah, some of the stat
Ah.
blocks.
Fizz plus.
That's just adding the.
strength. That's
No, it's not that.
For what?
Physique plus strength.
Nope, that's not it either.
For what? What are you trying to figure out?
I'm just wondering what it is on the stat block
I don't know.
for a weapon.
Oh, for a weapon.
No, I'm pretty sure it is Fizz plus strength.
Well, I mean, for this attack for this monster we're using, its P plus S is 11, but its Fizz plus Strength would be 14. I know I saw it somewhere.
Oh yeah, you're right. Poise. It's poise.
Huh.
That's what it is. So I'm looking at all my sheets and I'm like, this one.
Poise plus.
No, it's your-
that doesn't make sense either.
No? Shit.
Hold on. I'm gonna look it up. My notes here somewhere. And I don't know the
Also,
reason for it is either. Maybe I'm
also
not-
these focus points.
Yeah. Don't forget your art.
Are they set somewhere so I know how many I have?
Maybe it's prowess. Because it's melee. Fizz plus prowess.
Who knows?
I don't know. I forget every time. I always have to look it up.
It's either one. It's either prowess or poise.
I just don't know what's the reason for that? Why is it on melee weapons? Every melee weapon has that stat.
Because
Yeah. Well,
'cause it's-
prowess is for melee, and poise is for...
Right.
range.
No, I understand that, but
And it's for... Well, it calculates the... I don't know.
the attack roll.
the
Yeah.
attack roll. Then what's the MAT? That's supposed to be melee attack,
That's-
isn't it?
That's it.
Yeah. Not the damage, the actual attack, like to hit.
For the...
Oh, I know. Oh no, that doesn't make sense either.
Oh my god.
We're gonna figure it eventually, guys.
I knew this too. I knew it. I'm just wondering if I'm rolling the right things for the attacks.
I mean, I hope I'm rolling the right things for my pistol attacks. I mean, I just wrote pistol and just kind of left it as is, because... Alright,
It'll be in the comment section. Okay. Yeah, melee attack rolls use a character's power plus military skill plus weapon attack modifier. On a character sheet, this is abbreviated MAT. Right? That's fine. So I've been doing that right. I don't know. Brittany's gonna find out for us. I'll just keep doing what I've been doing. So that missed. And it's Josephine's turn.
Okay, I'll figure it out in a second here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step a little closer
Okay.
and attack the one straight ahead of me there.
Okay.
Yep.
You keep it.
So it's
Are you keeping track of your costs and recharge rate and all that kind of stuff?
yeah, my arc is 4.
Okay. So you.
So this isn't. It's not even taking anything out per turn.
Okay. I didn't think so.
Oh shoot! I guess I could be boosting these, couldn't I? Eh.
yeah, with the focus points, right?
Yep.
Yeah, like I can spend extra on
Oops,
arc to
didn't mean to do
boost
that.
to hit.
Didn't mean to put the initiative. Is there like a place to put the focus points? Like, how do we know how many we have?
You have a maximum of 3,
3.
unless you've used them. Josephine's the only one who's been using them.
I was gonna say I haven't used them. Is that this Okay, that's the big circle with the 3
Yes.
then that you can change. Okay.
Yep. You have 3. I'll try to remind me at the end of sessions. I'll reward them if I don't as we go along, as well as XP at the end. Okay. So 10 to hit does not hit.
Am I still getting the +2 for being in
Oh,
its back arc?
you are. That does hit.
That's 12.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Ooh, nice.
Armor's only 12, so it's taking 5 damage. You suck some of its life out. And you see some bits kind of it, and you kind of wash away. It's still alive, if it's alive in the first place.
Yep.
Anything else? Corporal, we might as well just take him out, I guess. Jack. Punch.
Jack is
You have a wounded one and a not wounded one.
we're attacking the not wounded one.
Okay.
because he's not good at following orders. So he just attacks whatever
Okay.
is in front of him. What's
Falcon
that?
Punch.
Falcon Punch. 2d6 plus 4.
Falcon miss.
Falcon miss. Yep. Okay.
All right.
That's a miss.
And since we're stuck here, he's just gonna kind of chill.
Mick, what would you like to do?
Oh, Mick would. I'm gonna go ahead and use one of my focus points.
Okay.
To
I
boost
will-
the attack.
I will remind you that your pistol is unloaded, and you have crap in your eyes.
Mind. Yep, you're right. You're right. I have to spend an entire turn.
Nope, a quick action
Nope,
to do
quick
each of
action.
those.
Oh, I'm spending that quick action.
Okay, to wipe your eyes and get this crap out of your face.
All right. So that was perception and what?
Attack rolls. Did you already? I was gonna keep that in my head. I wouldn't even write that stuff down.
Oh, I just did the -2 to the perception just in case.
So, what would you
And-
like to do?
And it takes like a quick action to
Reload.
okay.
But I think you have
we get
2
what?
quick actions a turn, don't you?
Yeah, that's what I thought. And I'll spend my other quick action to reload real quick.
Okay.
So that is one more bullet, and I'm a attack boost. Yes, because I'm doing the feat point roll.
Pistol. Okay, it's already factored in. 16 hits, 16 to armor. Location doesn't. I mean, does that mean? I don't think that really matters on these things. 16 to armor. You hit the not damaged one, so it takes. You damage it. It's still alive. You blow off maybe one of its arms.
That's fine. I blew an arm off. All right, and that's. I believe that's all I can even do anyway. Since.
Okay.
Oh wait, my activation phase. I can't do anything because I can't reload yet.
And the activation phase comes first. That's already passed.
Yeah.
And your pistol was not reloaded at that point. Okay.
Nope.
One's going to attack the Steam Jack, I guess. So 18. That's a crit. Critical.
That hits.
Ooh.
That gives me a boosted damage
First
die if I'm not
critic.
mistaken.
And it's from a stupid mob.
Does that sound correct, Brittany? Critical attack automatically hits and gets a
Boosted
boosted damage die.
Don't remember.
I'm almost positive.
It automatically hits?
Well, yeah, it's just like a critical in D&D. It automatically hits.
Dang.
Would you think it was not going to automatically? It was going to hit you anyway.
Steam Jack, let's get to your oh goody.
Take all the damage.
Whatever.
Okay. Sage, and just so everyone knows for future reference,
Mm-hmm.
to not forget about feat points, because there are 2 ones that I think are going to be really important for us. The first one is heroic dodge, which you can spend a feat point to take half damage. And there's also walk it off, where you can spend a feat point to immediately regain D3 plus 1 vitality points.
Yep.
You can choose
Oh my
where to allocate that health, so you can use it to make yourself like not crippled or incapacitated.
Are those archetype
Do
skills?
we just
or are
have
those
one
just
No,
feat
gen-
point
feat points?
or
At the beginning of each game, your character has 3 feat points. To gain more feat points, you can either
It's
destroy an enemy,
Yeah.
Critical success on a skill or attack roll, or awarded at the discretion of the GM.
So I'll forget about me. You'll never get them from me. You know, they're
Alright,
essentially
so
like
we technically have like 1 then.
Sorry?
no. You started with 3. You did use 1 for your
Yeah,
boosted attack. Josephine used 1, so you two both have 2 left.
Okay. Okay.
Although Josephine gained 1 for
Did I
killing a
use
guy.
1?
Didn't you? Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Did you not? Oh no, you didn't. You were thinking about it. Never mind. Never mind. You have 3. Mick has 2.
Are those just general, or are those like archetype skills?
No,
The feats, they're
for
universal.
every
I
character.
think
It's
those
not
are general.
It's like what is that mechanic in 5e? I'm forgetting about that we never used because I always forgot.
It's like inspiration.
Inspiration. It's like that.
Well,
Okay.
because
Don't worry, I won't let you.
What's the
There-
mechanic we never use?
there are
Experience points.
archetype
We use that a lot. I roll inspiration.
there are archetype abilities that let you use feat points
Yeah,
for
probably in different
certain
ways.
things. I wasn't sure because I got one untouchable. It lets me spend a feat point and gain +3 defense on per round in a round.
That's cool too.
Yeah.
No
We
more
might have
options.
ways to use them uniquely.
Yeah. But what Brittany said are the
there's
3
ways-
universal ways that everyone gets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boost dies, take half damage, regain some health.
And heal.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm
they do other stuff too, but those are the most important ones right now, I think.
I'll double check on critical damage, but I'm pretty sure crit auto hits and is a boosted damage die. So this is the damage 17. What's your armor? Mick or Jack? Jack. Jack.
What happened?
Sage, what are you doing?
Sorry, everyone was cutting out, so I had no idea what was going on. I was just waiting for it to fix itself.
That's 17
All right,
damage to
so-
your Jack.
Okay, 17. Oh God. Do you have to roll on location? Because there's
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to roll the column.
What do I do with my whatever? Roll 6, 2.
2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
What are you counting?
Do wait?
Good
Do
God.
I mine? Do I minus the his defense
Yeah. No,
Yes.
his armor.
or
No.
armor?
His armor.
Armor.
Oh, for some reason, I was just about to count all 17 because
No,
I was
don't
like,
do
all right,
that.
crit.
Yeah, I almost did that in our first round of combat. I was like, well, I guess I'm dead.
No, the damage numbers are gonna be way scarier than they actually are.
Yeah.
So I think what do you have? What's your armor? Like 14?
Yeah.
So you
that's
take 3 damage to spot 2, starting in spot 2. Your damage.
just 3
grid.
damage.
Yes.
All right. 1, 2, 3. He thank God. All right. They went away. All right. We're good. We're good. We're good. He's fine. We're fine.
Well, don't you lose all of 2? You took 3 points of damage. You crossed off like a gray square.
What?
Did you not? Are you supposed to be crossing off the colored ones?
Are you saying?
So both. I'm looking at your character.
Oh no
sheet,
no
so-
no no. The white ones I would assume are just armor.
Oh, okay. No, that makes sense. Okay.
Who knows?
Nope, I got it. I comprende.
We're all
Okay.
just learning,
Like-
guys.
Slowly but surely. Okay, next one's turn. Let's get going again.
Like you know the armor pretty much. Safe. like if those two yelling mark.
It sounds like he's casting a curse on
What
us.
is go?
Fuck.
That's 13 to hit you
Don't
again.
blame me. Blame my temper. Again.
Yeah, the second
13.
one.
That hit.
The damage is 14. That meets, so takes no
That
damage
is
again.
equal.
Okay.
Good.
Josephine. Both of them are
Alright.
damaged. About the same
Kill it.
amount.
Run up and stab one in the spine.
Sorry?
Stab it. Stab in the butt.
No, man, I'm gonna step a little closer and then keep casting spells.
Okay. Slinging.
Why,
All right.
why
So we
not?
got the designated tank, Steam Jack. We've got the designated glass cannon.
Yep.
Yep.
And then Mick
We've
is
got
here
the
for comic
completely
relief.
useless
Target the,
mechanic.
Punching bag.
I guess the one that's
12 hits. 21 damage is.
We've got the assess.
Okay.
is disgusting.
Jesus Christ.
Kills it. I only had 2 left.
Yep.
Okay.
And let's see here.
Kill it.
Yeah, I guess I'll spend that feat point.
Okay.
Because I can buy an additional quick action with a feat point.
Okay.
So I'll do that and I'll use it to cast a spell.
Okay. I accept that. 11 meets to hit. 16. What's his armor again? Yep, just enough to
said.
kill that one as well.
Get my feet point back.
Get your feet point back.
All right.
Yeah, which is the important
crawl
part.
to live.
We'll
Just fall off.
transfer
Ugh.
out of combat.
Ooh.
Yeah, just roll off and fall off. Yeah.
So, yep, combat's over. Mick, well,
Did it!
okay. All right, so combat ends. You cut down these kind of gray, ashy things, and each time one falls, it falls like it's got some weight and solidity to it. And they still kind of maintain some of their form, but they also like just slough off a bunch of like ash and not nice things. The area has largely cleared out. Your corporal has vanished along with the rest of the crowd. He succeeded in getting everyone who was still alive out of the area. At this point, it's just because only like a minute or two it has passed. So at this point, it's just you guys in this area. The tower is still kind of like crackling and making some noises and little sparks up at the top, but nothing crazy like before.
Alright, well, I guess I'll run up to Mick and see if he's okay. Jeez.
You see, yeah, a very beat up
I'm not
gobber
okay.
clinging to the top of a labor jack.
Scared out of his mind.
God.
Just
Do I
hugging the
see
stickers.
anywhere where it looks like we can get shelter away from the tower?
He was literally just like he could have just gotten breathed on and he would have died.
Yeah, I mean there are buildings around. There's the inn that you were in before, Josephine, as well as some what looked like probably there's a warehouse, like a small warehouse nearby, as well as what looked like dwellings, almost like an apartment complex type of thing, like a residential building.
Okay. I'm gonna grab him and just take him into that inn.
Okay. Mick, do you
He
kind
can't even resist. He's so messed up.
of okay? Do you like climb off your steam jack and allow her to help you into the inn? Do you direct your jack to take you over?
I don't even think I could like be thinking right now. Steam Jack's just out of commission now because it's just combat's over.
Okay.
I imagine that I would just let her.
Okay. So it seems like trying to like powers down, maybe kind of like
Just-
doesn't really go down to the knees, but kind of lowers itself a little bit, and you kind of
Yeah.
slide off, and she kind of has to like
Roll
catch
off.
you a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys get into the inn. You go to the first floor. There's some
Blood
people.
everywhere.
Yeah, there's a few people that look like they're ducked behind the bar. One guy like pops over and he hears a door open. It's the bartender. What's going on out there? You hear you hear some children crying behind the counter.
Jeez. I don't know. Something went wrong with the towers. He's badly hurt. We just. Do you have any medical equipment? Do you have any somewhere I can lay him down?
He stands up a little bit taller. He looks and says, I don't have much. Bandage, some cloth maybe? Strong whiskey? That'll cost you. Come on over.
Okay.
So you drag Mick over to the counter.
whiskey.
Guy has you set him up
He
on
just,
top
like,
of like the bar. He like
Hold me with one hand.
yeah, he pushes off like
He's
pushes
only
aside some of
70
the glasses
pounds.
and stuff. Makes slumps on the bar. The guy kind of looks him over. Says, "Good heavens, what? A malfunctioning tower did this? It's all kinds of burned up and looks Mick in the eye. Son, you hear me?
Twitches. My response is twitching.
Okay. Twitch. So he grabs some like bandages and like he doesn't know what he's doing. So he's just kind of like just patting like because you most of all that damage came from that one kind of just breath attack. So you just kind of like these burns and like just
Right.
kind of just messed up a little bit. So you don't have like any clear wounds that he could like put a band-aid on. So he's just kind of patting you all over and like wiping some of the soot off your face and says, "There's not much I can do for him. Seems still alive. That's good, right?"
Well, step in the right direction. Yeah.
He's not going to be like sad to just drink all the time.
um,
Bless you.
I look at the bartender or innkeeper.
Innkeeper, whatever. He looks like he works there.
I'd say,
it's both.
can I trust him into your care for now? I need to, report to my district office or wherever.
Your barracks is fairly nearby, actually.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're close enough. You'd probably just go right back to Captain What's His Face.
Yeah.
Jarvis.
I hand him a couple gold to cover whatever it is that he's gonna use.
Okay. He just nods and says, "Okay, I'll do what I can and see if we can't get a healer over here."
Thank you.
Is it safe out there?
Running out the door.
Okay. You run out the door. Mick, you're fairly incapacitated. The innkeeper gets you to a room and starts kind of
definitely.
Yeah, tending to you. You probably pass right out. Josephine. Yep. You head back out into the streets, destined to just beeline it back to the barracks to tell Captain Jarvis what happened.
Yeah, if I can, if I see the corporal, I grab them as well.
Well, there's only one left, but sure.
Sorry?
Yeah, one of them died. You only got one left. One
Yeah,
corporal.
but I mean, if I come across the one that I sent to help
Sure.
people, I want to get them to come with me because I'd like to make the report together because I'm sure this will sound fairly crazy.
Okay. Yeah, you found him along the way. He's kind of just patrolling in front of a little residential building a little bit further up the street, kind of along the way he was running. He sees you coming, he kind of snaps to attention, says, "Lieutenant, you all right?"
Yes, thank you. How are you?
"I'm all right." He's a little shaken. I mean, I'm fine.
Yeah, I clap him on the shoulder and I'm like, good work. We have to report to the barracks and tell them what happened. And I kind of drag him along. I'm like, come on, let's go.
Okay. He follows you guys. It takes a little bit of time to get to the barracks. You pass another, between where you are now and to get to the barracks, you pass one more area where one of these light towers is set up. When you get near that area, it's a completely different scene than you kind of just recently experienced. The light tower seems to be functioning. It's bright, kind of glowy thing at the top. People are kind of just admiring it, drinking. You push on through or go past, make it to the barracks, and you make it in to see Captain Jarvis Maverick. He's kind of finishing things up for the night. He's kind of a little bit bleary-eyed as you kind of just walk in his office.
I'll be right back.
Looks at you, says, "Oh, Lieutenant, how'd it go today?"
I imagine that at least one of us, if not both of us, look a little bit battle-worn.
A little bit out of breath,
Possibly.
probably rushed too, kind of jogged.
Yeah, possibly maybe covered in ash a little bit.
Yep. And he looks up to you and says, "The weather turning a little
Yeah,
sideways
like
out
that.
there." He looks at you and sees that you're kind of covered in ash, and he just says, "Wind's picking up or something?"
I seem to take a moment, almost search myself for words, and I say, "Sorry, I don't even know how to explain this to you, but the light tower that we were sent to guard malfunctioned, and several people were struck by some sort of energy. They almost appeared to turn to ash and attack the crowd."
He looks at you and says, "Lieutenant, did you get to the bar early on your way back? I'm not judging, but I would have appreciated a sober report first."
I turn to the corporal and I nod, with kind of a go ahead.
He looks at you a little bit nervously, takes a single step forward. He says, "No, Captain, she's right. Flash, they start attacking people. Oh, ashy and I don't know." He just kind of nods and says, "That's strange, to say the least. A little bit closer to unbelievable, if I'm being honest." He looks at you. He looks at you again, Josephine, as well. Whatever happened out there, is it taken care of? Anything I need to worry about right now?
Sir, I lack the mechanical knowledge to disable the tower. Whatever caused it to malfunction presumably could happen again if no one deals with it, sir.
And he rubs his head and says, ugh. I was hoping to get out to some of those parties tonight, but... well, I'll have to let a Cinderstorm engineer know. I'll send word. Maybe they can get someone down here to, I don't know, do with that thing whatever they're doing. I don't understand half of what that company does.
I sort of nod slowly. Thank you, sir.
You look a little worn, Lieutenant. Go get yourself a drink if you haven't had one already. Just make sure the written report's on my desk tomorrow morning.
Sir, snap off a salute and leave.
Okay, so you turn around, you hear him just like kind of grumble and sit back at his desk. Cinderstorm, freaking god damn it. You leave. What would you like to do for the rest of the night?
Oh, actually, I want to duck my head back into the office.
Okay.
Sir, permission to grab a couple of off-duty soldiers and have them cordon off the area?
Yeah, granted, sure. Lock it down, Lieutenant.
Okay. I'm going to spend the rest of the night taking care of that.
Okay. Beautiful.
And we'll probably pop into the inn
Check on
to
Mick.
check on Mick when
Okay.
I'm done.
Alistair, what did you do once you got back to your little hidey hole?
Just go back to the office and wait for the pickup. You know,
Okay.
finish the job.
Okay.
No idea what just ensued. Probably sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm
No
glad
idea.
I wasn't there.
Yeah.
And really, I mean,
Probably-
most of the city doesn't know either. It was just kind of that one location, it would seem. Okay. Pickup may not be tonight. Maybe the next day or two.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there's still plenty of work to do before the night.
Okay. For you, it's pretty much a somewhat standard day. You know, a little bit, higher degree contract than you normally get, but still kind of just another day at the office for old Alistair Parson. Okay, so we'll skip ahead, a day or two, kind of sum some things up. Say, 3 or 4 days maybe even. Mick, you recover reasonably well. You woke up the next morning very groggy, like you'd been like you're hungover and been like hit in the head with a hammer. Josephine, I assume you check in on him like the next day, or just kind of on after your
It would have been like on my way home
Okay.
after cordoning off the
All
area.
right. So Mick, you never saw her again. You have some vague recollections of one of the cogs kind of dragging you off after these creatures kind of attacked you, and it almost kind of seems a little bit dreamlike at this point, after being pretty much rendered unconscious. Wake up at the inn. Things have been taken care of because Josephine kind of paid for you to kind of be looked after for that one night, so you weren't charged or anything like that. Steamjack was waiting outside. The night that you went back, Josephine kind of cordoned off the area. Nothing further, happened. Like I said, the tower was still kind of spitting and sparking, but no great bolts of lightning or anything. But you're able to kind of keep kind of the looky-loos away, as a few people maybe made their way back to check it out. Eventually, a Cinderstorm group of people came and tinkered with it a little bit, and before too long, looked like they just kind of disconnected kind of the cable and did some other things, and it kind of stopped. It seemed to shut it off. Didn't approach you or even try to talk to you at all. Just kind of came, did their business, and got out of there. You maybe stayed there pretty late, maybe even closer to dawn, and before you finally got back, and at some point worked on your report. Got it handed in, all your good soldier type duties.
Yep.
Nothing too remarkable happened, after that. Alistair, business was kind of, as usual. The next day you heard, most of the area of the lower dish would have heard about kind of what happened. So you get bits and pieces of the story. Shortly after you left, you figure you kind of heard, what happened. Maybe
Oh, well.
feeling a little bit lucky, like, huh,
killed.
boy,
Was like, damn it, he didn't die.
got out of there in the nick of time. And
Oh.
maybe you put together, put two and two together and figure out that the part you stole maybe be part of it, but yeah, you don't give a crap. About 2 days later, the pickup occurs. It gets exchanged in an unusual manner. Some other go-between collects it from you and takes it to wherever it's gonna go. You normally get that information. You netted a lovely, shiny 150 gold coins.
Ooh.
I got crippling, everything, and you got 150 gold coins.
One of the bigger
Son of
jobs
a-
you'll see. It's like 5 weeks worth of pay, a little bit more than a month's typical pay that you got for that. And the next couple days after that kind of go by fairly uneventfully. There's that's kind of the excitement for the next couple days. The stories of what happened. You don't ever really get a firm answer. Josephine, if you care, you did. The fallen cog was taken back to your barracks to be kind of, not really autopsy, but something like that, and then prepare for burial and stuff. So you could potentially get some information there down the road if you wanted to. The 3 fallen creatures were also taken back to the barracks. They're somewhere within the facility. The Imperial cogs, they kind of stepped in and took kind of control over that. Cinderstorm fought them a little bit, but not too badly. So they're in the barracks as well. We are now, we'll say, just make it even, like a week later. Things have kind of calmed down. Mick, you've been able to kind of get back to work. You had a couple, a few days there where things were, touch and go for you. You were feeling pretty bad, but all in all, you seem to have recovered, about as close to 100% as Mick probably ever gets.
Yeah.
And, so, did you say you're breaking up again?
Oh, I was just saying, like, Nick's not gonna ever be in the middle of any fight again. He's gonna be 100 feet away, maximum,
And
or minimum.
Mick packs up his bags and leaves town.
He
Okay.
can't afford that.
So now, about a week later, after all that craziness, Mick kind of got back to work. Josephine, you're called in. You report for your morning duty as usual. Get your orders for the week or whatever. Kind of beginning of a new week, we'll say. And you have received orders to report to the Blind Row, which is strange for you. You are here for the first prologue where we talked a lot about the Blind Row. But Blind Row is essentially a city within a city. It's a walled area of the city. Sort of a red light district. Not that cheesy though, or a little bit nicer. Where escorts work, like gambling, sort of the questionable activities of the city.
Black market more.
Yeah, sort of. And it is controlled by the Madame. She rules over the mistresses. They're kind of their own little, they're not corporation, their own little kind of faction. If you've ever seen Sin City, it's sort of like where the area of the city where the prostitutes just kind of rule with an iron fist, but higher class. Imperials do, of course, they have control over that area of the city as well. They just tend to kind of stay out of it just as much as everyone else does for the most part, at least on official business. But you've been called there to meet with the Madame of all people,
Lucky you.
which is a little strange and a little bit disconcerting. You've never met with her before. You certainly heard stories. I mean, everyone in the city knows who she is. She's the leader.
She's a peach. Let me tell you.
Yep, wants to see you.
It's a peach.
Okay.
So that's your duty for the day. Should you choose to accept, You're also certainly welcome to kind of return to what happened, a week before, try to get some information on that if it interests you. Mick, you performed some sort of little thievery expedition or something over the week. You had some stuff to trade. So you eventually made your way back over to Alistair to hand over just some simple product that you're trying to fence.
Okay.
For him. So yeah, I guess that's it for you two. You should. I mean, you don't have to go over to see him, but you have some stuff you need to move, Mick.
Oh, then I'll definitely go over to see him. I need my monies.
Okay.
Only made 5 gold this week.
Where's my money?
I only made 5 gold this
Money,
week.
man.
If I make even 1 gold more, that's better than 5.
Yep. Okay. So, Alistair, you're in your office doing your whatever you do, counting your. I imagine you just count your money like Scrooge McDuck.
I do paperwork and I do the finances.
Yeah. You're just a paper pusher. Yeah, you're the mob's accountant. That's what you are. You cook the books.
Well, sort of, but yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Did you hear her on the door? Do do do. Do, 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 do.
You just like do like a weird knock.
You probably know immediately who it is.
Always,
Come in.
it's always different every time, but you can always tell it's me.
Okay, so the door opens.
Hey,
Mick
Alistair, how
walks
you
in.
doing?
What do you want, Mick? I'm busy.
I'm here to sell you some stuff for trade. I don't know what you call it these days anymore. Here's some stuff though.
He just like
Okay.
plunks down like a box. He's
He
just got like
doesn't
a
even-
box of like odds and ends.
Yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't even know what half of them are.
Stuff he's just kind of lifted here and there. He saw people's pockets are in there. We're able to grab easily. Which I imagine is probably what he does most of the time. He just brings you like a box of assorted stuff and just like dumps it on your desk and waits for you to sort through to see what's good and what's not.
So what the?
Yeah, there's
but
little trinkets.
why do you have
Maybe
a
some
towel in
ammunition
here?
rounds.
So what can I get for all this? These are all good stuff, right? Rub my hands together like this, like some weird, creepy villain guy.
I don't know. Give me a minute. Give me a second to look at these.
You got it.
Isn't okay?
Wait, did Mike just send you something?
Nope.
I can see it. The world can see it. He can see it. You can't.
No, this isn't fair. I don't even have Twitch open.
Hey, no cheating.
Oh, I don't. I've been keeping it off just in case things like this happen.
Most of what he's dumped on the table is like nuts and bolts. There's a few buttons and some rounds of ammunition and yes,
Hey, maybe there's a watch in there.
that's yeah.
I stole this watch off a guy's wrist and he didn't notice.
It's better than that one time I got caught.
Hey, you got to be a little more specific than that one time.
Oh, all right. I forget all the times. Anyway, for all this wonderful, wonderful stuff.
Your laugh sounds ridiculous when you're
Big
breaking
leap.
up. You're like a robot. Imagine like you reach in, like you pull
Judge
just
me.
like this long piece of like twine. It's just got like a nut tied to the end of it. Like, what is this? someone's belt buckle. This is like an every week occasion too.
Like every week.
Mick steals the best things he can all week long and then just dumps it on you.
And give you 1 gold.
1 gold?
Yes.
Oh, I was hoping at least 3. But
You kidding
You
me?
know
I can't even get 3 for this stuff.
you know what? If 3, you could possibly get 2. So I'll take the 1.
Good man.
Mick doesn't ever.
Oh my god.
Like, yeah.
So okay.
Break it up.
So Alistair, pay the man.
Easiest work I've ever done.
Give yourself 1 gold coin,
That
Mick.
gold.
Yeah.
We'll do things
You
kind
have
of
to take 1 off yours though.
like magic, Alistair, so you can lose the 1 you paid to him and then gain what you got, the value, the actual value of the items. Even though it's going to happen like, the day or 2 after. We'll see, So, you made out okay.
Watch it be like 300.
No.
He made out okay. I made out.
That is what I whispered to him, though. The fair value of what you dumped on his desk.
30 gold.
3 billion. He offered you 1. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
There's like a giant ruby in the middle. He just thinks it's a cool rock.
Probably, yeah. He's like, well, that's a nice shiny rock. I could probably get like 2 copper for that. Throws in.
Really good.
Okay. So you kind of conclude your business. It's just another. You do that every week. He comes and dumps crap on you. You give him a fraction of what it's really worth, and Mick leaves with this big old grin on his face. I mean, really, it's pure profit for Mick. I guess he probably doesn't really care too much. And a decent, easy
He does
profit
not.
for
He's
Alistair
like-
too. A little, pocket change. You don't have to work too hard on it. So you get your money. You turn to leave, Mick, unless you guys want to have any further conversation. Excuse me. And a kind of hooded and cloaked figure kind of rushes in the door just as you're leaving, Mick. Like knocking you to the ground. It shoves you over, and figure shuts the door and just kind of leans against the back of it.
Mick isn't even upset. He just gets off, brushes himself off. He's super happy he got an extra gold coin for the week.
Did they shove it? Did they kick him out of the room and just shut the door?
No. Like they kind of run,
No, just
walked in the
He
door.
pushed me in pretty much.
Yeah, and they shut the door behind them, and I was just leaning against them. Like it looks like they're breathing heavily. And the person reaches up and pulls back the hood, and you see it's Aurelia, your lovely sister. And she's just kind of breathing heavy, like she's been rushing.
Mick just immediately says, "Oh, hey, it's you. Nice to meet you again."
She looks at you and says, "Oh, but you guys hang out all the time now?" It's always around.
You caught us in.
Yep, me and Alistair are best buds.
Shush you. You caught us in the middle of business. What's going on? Why are you here?
I know we weren't supposed to meet until next week, but I need your help.
Of course, whatever it is.
It's Violet and Gerard. You know they're 2 of her closest friends. Trollkin, for what it's worth.
Okay.
The other workers
about
that
them?
she's just closest with. Just they're gone. They've been missing for the better part of a week. They're not the only ones.
Do you think somebody's taking them?
Who would take them? Who would take people out of the blind row? I looked around. The first day I noticed them, and they didn't meet me for tea, and I looked all over for them. Checked all the houses, and no one's seen them. And then there were others, a handful more. Workers, one of her regular patrons just stopped coming.
So it's
Does
just
the
kinda
does the madame
indiscriminately-
know about this?
How could you not? I mean, you know her. She knows everything. But I couldn't go to her. I mean, it's not unusual for workers to leave every once in a while, get a change of heart, but not Violet and Gerard. And then when others just vanished,
They're all just indiscriminate, like, kidnappings, as far as you know.
she looks at you and says, "Who are you? I don't even remember your name."
That's awesome.
That's fine. I honestly can't remember you either, but all I know is that you're Alistair's sister. I'm just gonna call you Allie.
Watch out. She'll cut you.
Just, I do not have
Takes
time
a
for this.
step back.
Anyway, how long has this been going on?
Well, like I said, Violet and Gerard saw them last week. Well, 6 days ago, I guess. Next day, we were supposed to meet and never showed.
Well,
I thought maybe they'd
who
show
was-
up eventually, but then more people got, we're leaving. No one really knows anything.
Well, the first person that went missing, how long ago was that? Or were Violet and Gerard the first two?
She gives you just side eye and then looks at Alistair and says, "Why does your friend talk so much?"
I ask myself that question every day.
And she starts pacing. She's just, I don't know. I guess maybe. There's a lot of people in Blind Rock. I don't know who, I don't know how many people are missing altogether. But I know Violet and Gerard wouldn't just get up and leave. And Al, I mean, you're connected, right? You know things that most people shouldn't know.
Well, I can definitely find out things. It's not out of my purview. I can ask around and see if anybody's heard anything.
She just kind of nods and says, I guess I'll have to be good enough, but what if people really are getting, I don't know, taken or whatever? What if I'm next?
Well, I
could
don't
always-
think you would have done anything to want for someone to want you gone.
How do you know what I've done and not done? I could tell you stories that
I
would turn you a
don't.
deeper shade of green.
I don't
Well,
think that's possible.
You could always come stay with me if you're worried about that.
She kind of like starts pacing.
Take
And she's
some time
like,
off.
I know, but I can't miss work. You know that. Gone for too many days. I don't make my fees, and I will go missing. It won't be in a good way. And she kind of gets a little. She goes, "What if? Well, I mean, I'm a little bit tied down, but maybe you just kind of come check on me a little bit more often, or I mean, I got a spare bed." Not that I'm
Oh,
not
you
that I'm
two can
scared or
room
at all,
together.
but
Alistair, you can make more profit in there if you help out.
No, of course not. But
You just
I
ignored.
worry about you very much, and I wouldn't want anything to happen to you. I'll maybe we can mm, I don't want I'm trying to think of the best way to go about this, but poking around, asking around, and Blind Row might get on the mistresses, stepping on their toes. But I was trying to help them, and they do know me.
Oh, I was gonna say, why don't you just, get an audience with the madame and say, you're here to help and whatnot because your sister is possibly in danger, so you can help out, get a little information from her possibly.
She like turned to you to say something sarcastic and cutting again, but then she kind of like stops. And says, like just bites her tongue and turns back to Alistair.
Mick takes that as like the biggest victory he's ever had, and he's just like, that's right.
Is that what you want me to do?
Well, I'm not saying that the madame would see you, but you could certainly come and help out. I mean, it's a certain level of expertise that we don't have. I don't think no one's gonna bother you, if I'm around with you. Most of the workers know you. And after what you did for the madame a couple years ago, I mean, anytime I ever bump into her, she's always asking about you. I think that's good.
Really?
Well, not like that. Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. That's not. I wouldn't try that though.
Mick is good. Yeah, I don't think you should either, Alistair. That's
The madame.
She's not.
The madame still takes
all that,
clients,
it's
but
just-
it's pricey, and she never has the same one twice. If you catch my drift, and they don't either.
Either way, it's a very good sign.
Guess what?
Either way, it's a very good sign that she's asking about me.
Sure, I guess.
Oh,
I thought you were talking about.
Her. She's really good to be on her good side, and really bad to be on her bad side. About impossible to be anywhere else.
All right, it's settled. To help my darling baby sister, I will go and solve this mystery.
She frowns at you and says, "What'd you call me?" And she pulls away like her cloak, and you see like she's got like a pistol stuffed in her belt.
Mick is sitting in the corner, like holding, like trying to stifle, like laughing in a giggle, like.
She glares at you, Mick, and then she pulls up like the bottom of her cloak, and you see that she's got like a knife stuffed in her boot.
No! He's not laughing at her. He's laughing at Alistair because he's about to get shot.
She just knows you're laughing, and she don't take crap from no gobber.
It's your
Wait,
first
this could
lesson.
make me more than 1 gold. Can I help out, please?
She looks at you and says, "Help? How could you possibly help?"
I'm very sneaky.
You're small.
He's a
That
very-
doesn't mean
he's
you're
a very
sneaky.
good decoy.
I'm a good decoy, and I'm also sneaky. How do you think I got it? Never mind. Not to tell her that he snuck in there.
Roll me a negotiation.
Negotiation. All right. Oh God, I gotta find it again. There it is.
A 15 or 5. She like looks at you, and she kind of looks you up and down,
Wow!
and then she kind of like shakes her head like she doesn't know what she's saying. She kind of looks back to Alistair, and then she stops, and it looks like she's thinking, and she turns back to you, Mick, and she has this big old grin on her face. She says, "You know what? I think we do have there's a job for you. I think you could help out."
Uh-oh. I know that smile.
Shut it, Alistair.
What
You
is
do
it?
not.
What is it? I am willing to help. What is it?
You'll get the details later. It pays decent, and maybe you can help out.
Yeah, you had me at pay.
Alright, I don't know why my brother keeps your company, but it counts a little bit in my book. Not enough to save you if you cross me, but enough for me to keep you alive right now.
Oh, I don't plan to. I saw the gun.
I wouldn't waste a round on you.
Oh, thank God.
There are cheaper ways to kill gobbers,
You'll let
trust me.
someone else do it. He's just gonna keep his mouth shut because he doesn't want to blow his like job offer.
And she like straightens up and she like rebuttons her cloak and she looks at you and she says, or looks at you, Alistair. She says, "Well, thanks. I know I don't like asking for help like this, but and seriously, I'm not scared. It's just maybe you could help find friends."
Of course. And this does sound serious, and I'm very, very glad to help you.
Oh, good.
After all, we're a team. We got each other's backs.
Just as long as you remember who's in charge.
Yeah.
She turns and like goes to leave and says, I need to head back. I really shouldn't have even taken the time to head over here today, but come soon as you can. You know where to find me." And she like opens the door and goes to leave. Then she sticks her head back in and says, "I'll be seeing you around too, Gobber." And she gives you a wink and shuts the door behind her.
As soon as it clicks, I'm gonna immediately like, whip my head to Alistair and be like, "When we leaving?"
Mick's pretty sure he just got a promotion.
She's scarier than I am.
Oh, she seems pretty nice. She gave me a job offer.
Only one you've ever really gotten.
Yeah, he doesn't even care. He's gonna do it to his best ability.
I'd be careful about that job offer that she has. I know that look, and it's nothing good.
If she somehow prostitutes me out, that's gonna be weird.
I'm no expert, but I don't think you'd fetch much.
You saw how it was for that box of goodies that you gave me 1 gold for. I don't care.
It's just a 1 gold whore.
The cheapest whore.
Oh no! Oh no!
Okay.
Come on.
Anyway, let's move away from that.
Yeah.
Forgot. Okay. How long would it take to get some info on what's going on, like about like the missing people?
Are you thinking about like trying to get information like within your region, the lower district, before you head to Blind Row? Or are you talking about once you get there? Because I mean, you could explore your personal avenues, like where you are now, through your own networks and see what you can find out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, why don't you just try and ask like some other members of like the Unseen that you know that go into.
It completely
The
depends
Red
on how much
District.
time you want to spend on it.
Because we are not all friendly with each other, and we're not all willing to help each other. We may be in the
Okay,
same
understandable,
group.
acceptable.
We may be in the same group, but we're all out for ourselves.
That is understandable. I'll admit that.
So you can just tell me how long you want to take making preparations, getting stuff ready, and investigating before you leave. And we'll I'll use
I
that
wouldn't say
as
too long.
when I decide how much
Definitely not a
info to
week.
give you later on.
No, I wasn't gonna say week. I was gonna say like
2 or 3 days.
maybe like 2 days. I think
Okay.
2, like 2-3
Fine.
days.
2 days it is. It'll take 2 days to get stuff in order. Make you have 2 days to think about your mystery job, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, he's so excited.
This has got to be better than fixing
And it's
gears.
just-
adventure. Okay, so we'll flash back over
he doesn't
to.
think it's better than fixing gears by far. He just is like, oh, money.
Yeah, we'll go back over to Josephine. Back in time a little bit to this, on that same day or the morning. What did you want to do? You were given your orders, your strange orders. I also opened it. It's open to you to do whatever. Oh no, did we lose her? Oh no, she's moving.
Hello?
Haunting. Hello.
Can you not hear us?
Sorry, it's like cutting out a little bit.
For everyone is or just me?
Like it's like intermittently cutting out. It was cutting out kind of bad there for a second. What's happening now?
I just turned the story and the control, threw the ball back in your court.
Oh, cool. I just let it. That it just went that way. So. Okay.
So you were given your orders to, go talk to the madame or whatever. But it's also open to you to do whatever you want.
Well, I feel like it would be rather foolish not to attend to that promptly, so I'm just gonna go straight there.
Okay. So you head over. Like I said before, the barracks had their own private train station. That's how you would get there. It takes you, I think, maybe like an hour or so. I think I said by train to kind of get across that part of the city, maybe. Regardless, not too long. It's still kind of late morning by the time you get there. Like I said before, the Blind Row is this walled-off city within a city. It's tightly regulated as to who goes in, who comes out. So there's like just one main gate that's almost like a check-in station. You being a cog, you're able to kind of flash your insignia, your royal seal, whatever, and kind of show your badge and sort of get through. The workers there, they kind of give you like the side eye, like here comes a cog, what are they up to? But they know enough not to. There's just kind of this tenuous relationship between the mistresses and the cogs. Neither one really wants to step on the other's toes, because that would just end up in unnecessary kind of civil war. So they may not like it too much, really, but it's not as bad as the Ashfall Zone. They don't hate you that much, but they're just a little wary because, like I said before, the Blind Row, sort of some shady kind of gray area dealings. This is kind of where all the gray area stuff happens. So you get there. You're kind of told you've been in the Blind Row at least a few times, so familiar with how it works and how it runs and the general layout. Because you've been in the city a few years at this point, so you know where to find the madame. You've never met her before, but of course she hangs out at the fanciest kind of mansion.
Of course.
And if you don't want to do anything other than just get right to her, we'll just kind of skip ahead. Where to find her. You just state your name and your rank, and you're shown right in. You're kind of expected anyway. You're led into, it's not a castle, so there's throne rooms, but she's got like a nice little long, high vaulted ceilinged kind of lounging room. And there's no chairs or tables. It's just like fancy plush pillows, and everything smells of like flowers and perfume. And she's sitting in, kind of near the front of the room in her own little kind of lounging area, just lounging, so she's not got a care in the world. No one's really even sure, what race she is. She goes by the madame, so they assume she's female. She's always dressed in a very fine dress that covers like every part of her. Has like just long, straight black hair and a white porcelain mask that covers her whole face, like an anonymous mask. So it's just got eye holes and nose, but that's about it.
Okay.
Nothing too fancy. And she sees you coming. She says, "Oh, Lieutenant Josephine. Been expecting you. Please come in."
Thank you. Walk in the door.
Okay. You walk in. Do you walk up to her and stand at attention? Do you try to? Cause like I said, there's just like pillows just like laying everywhere.
Yeah, just kind of like sort of just come stand
Okay.
somewhat in front of her.
Okay. She says, "You're welcome to. Well, it's fine. You can stand. I know you cogs have your rigid ways. I'm sure you're wondering why I've called you here.
Yes.
A bit of a problem has befallen my fair area of this rotted city. And, while I don't know for sure, it seems you may be able to help me."
I nod slowly. Please tell me more about it.
Over the past week or two, a fair number of my mistresses, as well as clientele, have simply vanished. All told, right now I'm short 16 workers and 5 of our highest paying patrons.
I gesture for her to sort of
Continue.
continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, normally, I would handle this myself, and have done so to the best of my ability. It is not with any great eagerness that I would invite a cog of any sort into my chambers, but your name seems to have fallen in my lap, as it were. I would like you to explain why.
I'm sorry?
Confused face, like what?
Yeah. I mean, this would be a
She-
very
she makes
awkward.
the same face,
Yeah.
like, what?
Like I said, when mistresses of mine go missing, I handle it myself. The Blind Row polices itself. And while
No, sorry, my was more directed towards like.
no,
Ah.
I'm getting there, darling.
Okay.
Don't you worry. At first,
That's
like I
how I'm
said, they
feeling
did
right now.
purely
Okay, let's
seem
go.
to vanish. But
Told
it
you so.
didn't take long for myself and my mistresses uncovered that they were not mysterious circumstances whisking away my income, but agents of the Cinderstorm Corporation. And she says,
Okay.
"Let me explain through visual aid." And she just recently just claps her hands, and one of the doors like in the back of the room nearest her opens, and two women walk on. They're dragging a body, and they just kind of just drop it in front of the madame. And they bow to her, and she just waves them away, and they leave. Before you is just looks like a man, kind of middle-aged. Looks like he at first glance, I mean, he's definitely dead. Looks like he might have been sliced or cut up a little bit. Nothing crazy. And she kind of nods to him. Says, "Behold, one of our kidnappers. Sadly, it's the only one we've caught so far. It's going
Just
after,
like I is.
huh?
No, oh god, sorry, I'm talking to myself here.
Okay.
I'm clearly still listening to her, but I take a step closer and kind of like peer at him.
He's dressed very plainly, kind of in darker clothes. Doesn't seem to have really anything else on him, just at first glance. She kind of leans forward, and you see her. She pulls up one of his sleeves, and on kind of like the back of his upper arm is a small tattoo insignia of the Cinderstorm emblem. As you see, what makes me think he is working for the Cinderstorms. We caught him and some others going after one of my mistresses just a couple nights ago. We were able to prevent her from being taken, which I'm thankful for, but sadly he was the only one we were able to stop. How the others got away, I'm not quite sure, but rest assured they will be found. But that brings us to you. It's not every day that someone would dare come into the Blind Row and not steal from me, especially something so precious to me as my mistresses. So I wanted to know why. There's only one item I found on this gentleman when he was searched after we took care of him. Would you care to guess what it may be?
Was it possibly my name?
You are a sharp one, Lieutenant. And she reaches like into her dress and she pulls out like a folded pieces of parchment. And she unfolds it and just like holds it out to you and says, seems our would-be kidnappers had a bit of a wish list.
I reach forward and I say, may I? Gesturing to take the paper and look at it.
Please. Take it. Written on it are 3 names. The very top, the first one is Tech Nestoria, common mistress, common blind row. Next one down says Winna Truesdane, comma alchemist, comma lower district. Next one down says Josephine, comma cog, comma lower district.
Sort of frown.
Strange, no? The first names
Indeed.
are mistress that we caught them going after. Winna, I sought out first. Appears to have vanished. But here you are. Not gone.
It's possible they just haven't had time to approach me yet. Whoever they are.
Now, what would a fine lieutenant of the Imperial Force find? How would they find themselves on a list like this?
I just sort of smile at her and I'm like, oh, I'm quite sure I don't know. As I sort of like look casually around the room.
See, I wondered that very same thing. To find a list of 3 names on the kidnapper, only one of them being from the blind row. Seems like an odd assortment to go after. A mistress, an alchemist, and a cog, no less?
True, I can't imagine that we would have much in common.
My thought exactly. And so I did some researching, some digging, some thinking. You know I have deep connections. There's little I don't know. Nothing I don't know in the blind row, or close to it. Little I don't know in the lower district. And before long, you know what? You do have one thing in common.
What might that be?
Well, my dear, seems all 3 of you are Wraithborn.
I give no reaction.
I see, I'm sure that stone face has served you well. Imagine my delight in learning a cog is also a Wraithborn. Not the first, for sure, but still an oddity. A little ironic, I think.
Surely you're familiar with the term of hiding in plain sight.
Of course I am. There's plenty of hiding that
Like if
goes
we're-
on in the blind row.
This took an interesting turn.
But tell me, Lieutenant, why would the Cinderstorm Corporation, if that is truly who this man worked for, want with 3 very different, very distinct Wraithborn? And certainly, as you say, not a secret well shared. I can't imagine many people outside this room know your secret.
I can't imagine anyone would know my secret, otherwise I imagine I'd be dead. Or worse.
I agree. You did, however, find yourself on this list, didn't you, dear? Well, I can't say for sure. what this man's intention was. I can't imagine it was for anything pleasant.
No. So, let's get down to it. Ultimately, what are you hoping I can do for you?
Perhaps this was more of a warning for you, dear. You are, if I am right, being hunted. By who, for why, and I don't know. But what I do know is that many of my own are being hunted. The other thing I have not disclosed of yet is that same thing that you have in common with the other two people on this list. Is the same thing you have in common with my missing mistresses. And if I'm right, the clientele as well.
Nod.
Well, you may keep your secret close at hand. Some mistresses are a little bit more forthcoming. Some is a special area of expertise of theirs, but I've always been safe within my walls. But now, 16 are gone. I'm left with nothing but one dead body and a list with 3 names.
I just sort of take a deep breath and just sigh. Well, I'm obviously happy to assist in any way that I can. I clearly owe you a debt for this warning.
That you do, my darling, and trust me when I say I collect on my debts. But I believe our interests may align. I have missing mistresses I'd like to reclaim, and you, well, have your own life to worry about, perhaps.
Yeah. Well, suppose there's no time like the present then. So if you have anything else you'd wish to speak with me about, let me know. Otherwise, I think I'll be off.
Very well. And during whatever investigation you may wish to conduct here in Blind Row, you will have my limited assistance.
Thank you.
Of course.
She's a peach, isn't she?
Rest assured, Lieutenant, your secret, while may have not been safe in your own hands, is safe enough with me.
I laugh a little to myself, like, ah, man, I'm so fucked. I want to go check out the body a little bit. I know I just looked at it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe look at his face, look at the clothing that he's wearing.
Okay. Roll me and investigation, maybe, right? Examination. I don't know. What was the?
Isn't there a forensics or something?
Yeah, something.
I think there is a forensics.
I gotta look at the list again. There's so many. Something that
There is
applies
a
in that
forensic
she's
science skill.
something that she. Some of them you have to be, skilled in.
Mm-hmm.
Forensic science
I was
is
just
probably one of them.
I was just gonna use detection.
Okay, go ahead. Where's your roll? Between windows. 12.
I heard it.
Yeah, no, I
He's
just
rolling it invisible again.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't yell. I see it. I just had too many windows open blocking it. I had my notes on top of it. Okay, you kind of just crouch down and start, like, look and kind of roll more, get a look at his face and stuff. And the Madame, she just kind of laughs a little bit to herself. She says, "Right to work with you." I said before, he appears middle-aged. He is a human. He's wearing just plain kind of charcoal-covered clothing. He's got pockets. They're empty, as you would imagine. He has his throat is slit. He also has a pair of stab wounds in his stomach. Very much dead. First glance, you would he's probably been dead a day or two, like she told you. Like I said, there's one tattoo on the back of his arm. This very clear symbol of the Cinderstorm Corporation. You'd recognize the symbol. It's all over the city. Everyone knows what it is. You've probably never seen it tattooed on anybody. It may seem a bit strange, but it's certainly the Cinderstorm logo. On his other arm, kind of in the same spot where that tattoo is, kind of on the back of just above his elbow, are hash marks. It looks like it seem to be 3 hash marks tattooed, just black ink, along with the logo. Doesn't have anything else on him. No other tattoos or anything that makes him really stand out. He kind of looks like almost like an every Joe.
Alright then. I sort of stand up and nod to her, and then I just make my way out of the room.
Okay. Also roll me a lore check. That's what it is. A lore.
Okay.
I heard that wrong. I thought you said lower check. I was like, that's a thing?
Lower. Roll it really low.
Like, what, you roll a 1?
You don't... You feel like there is some significance to what you assume to be tally marks on his arm. It has... You've seen it or maybe heard something about that kind of tattoo somewhere before, but you just can't quite place it.
Okay. Well, that actually seems like the best place to start then, if there's some significance with that. So I might just pop back into the barracks and have a chat with.
Okay. Head back
around.
head back home. Okay. All right. So you kind of get back there, kind of late in the day. You get back to your barracks. Where are you going to find out? You're going to do some. There's a few different avenues. You go talk to your captain, talk to somebody else, do some research on your own, books and whatnot.
Maybe do some research on my own, but also I just want to kind of do a general walkthrough of the barracks. I'm not sure if there's some communal areas or some training areas.
All the above. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna kind of wander through those areas first.
Okay. And for
ask around
to ask around. Okay.
Yeah, if I see a couple people who I kind of know.
Sure. Information gathering. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
There's a whole rolling system in 5e for doing that. I don't know if there is in this.
There's an investigation skill track.
Yeah. Yeah. Just do an investigation. It's all Bruce Wayne on it. Okay, you kind of head through kind of the training area. You see some people sparring that you recognize. Maybe another lieutenant that you kind of maybe rose up in the ranks with, a little bit, kind of like a classmate of a sort. You ask him about, you say you got this strange case. You probably, I don't know. I don't know how much detail you want to give out other than, hey, have you ever heard about a tattoo like this?
Mm-hmm.
But he kind of thinks about it for a minute. He goes, yeah, that's a few kind of groups kind of do that, keep track of, kills. I know some soldiers who used to do that back in the day. Can't think of who would use that kind of thing now, but.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, sure.
Well then. I'm assuming it's getting somewhat later in the day at this point.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. That seems like a good time to go wandering into Blind Row then.
Okay. Head back. Said you're gonna go back to Blind Row, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. You get there like evening. It's like nighttime now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I think
what
my
do
goal is just generally, like, I don't spend a lot of time there. Like, I assume that I don't necessarily go there that often.
Right.
So I just kind of want to get a sense of, like, what the atmosphere is like there, and that sort of thing.
Okay. So you just kind of wander around a little bit, get a lay of the land. Because, yeah, you've popped in here and there for kind of little things, but nothing major.
Yeah, like, I'm not familiar with the area,
Yeah.
so at this moment I just kind of want to take a stroll. I'm wearing, like, more, civilian clothes. Like, I
Okay,
don't
sure.
look like a narrow cog business.
Yep, that's fine. Throw on your street clothes and your plain clothes and start wandering around. Yeah, nighttime is when, I mean, Blind Row's always kind of got something going. There's always people there, a very happening place. But nighttime is where it really comes alive. That's where people think that no one's going to notice if they go visit the Blind Row in the middle of the night, given to whatever vices kind of taunt them. There's a lot of people kind of going about the streets. The area isn't set up quite like the rest of the city. Really, what you see is a lot of large mansions. Really, typically surrounded by nice, extensive gardens and stuff. And there are a few smaller, houses around. And even within the Blind Row, there's kind of like the nicer, more expensive kind of area, and then a little bit lower class type area where you might find like a dive bar and like some backroom poker games. And then the other extreme would be kind of around the mansion where the Madame sets up and some of the higher class workers are, and those are just off the charts. Fine crystal, silk dresses, the whole 9 yards. You would find a big mix of people, races, gender, everything there, all doing whatever. And like I said, like it sounds like a red light district and like the mistresses are like prostitutes, but that's really not the whole story, and really not even most of their business. They'll do just about anything. There's gambling is a very big thing in the area. Not just about anything. Up to the sex trade, but even that is sometimes a lot of like the higher class ones. There's really more escorts, and they'll cater to the rich businessmen who just want to hang out with a couple pretty ladies or men or trolls or whatever for the evening.
Whatever they're into.
Yeah, there's also a significant drug trade within the Blind Row. I know I mentioned this to the other guys. I don't think you're around for it. The drug of choice. I can't remember what I called it. If I wrote it down, check quickly. It's here somewhere. I'll find it later.
Pretty much.
Whatever. It's something like it's something akin to like a like a weed, something like something they could make into teas, or they could make it into a serum, or they could smoke it. It can be used in a vast array of ways, and what it does is, for the most part, heightens sensitivity. Basically, all your senses right across the board, which is kind of what makes it so popular, and in the Blind Row, makes it a little bit more enjoyable. But of course, there is always that risk of overdosing and just dying of shock from the pain of the wind against your skin, kind of thing. But so and other kind of more household drugs too. So there's the heavy drug trade there as well. You could easily just kind of walk through Blind Row and no one even look at you twice. There's so many people; they're all going about their own business. Some of them rather shamefully, not a lot of eye contact. So beyond the kind of the major mansions, just kind of dot the area in the smaller places, there are a number of taverns and bars and restaurants. Again, from kind of dive bars up to kind of fancier places to eat, that sort of thing. Also, games of sport as well. Sort of like almost like an arena. You could find that underground fighting. Really anything that you kind of think of that is slightly shady, kind of goes on the Blind Row. Other thing of note is, as I said, the mistresses and the madame rule Blind Row. They are kind of their own enforcers, police force. You can't always tell who's who, which Mick found out. That anyone wandering past you could either be a client or a worker you don't know, because they come in all shapes. They're called the mistresses, but they're not all women. They're not all human, and they're everything. So it's very hard to get away with anything in the Blind Row because someone's always, watching. Mick tried to pickpocket a guy, and just two people who were walking past turned out to be mistresses, just pulled guns on him just immediately. They kind of enforce their own kind of martial law. Few cardinal rules, like you don't.
Good time.
Yeah, you don't harass the workers in any way, shape, or form, physically or otherwise. That's kind of the top rule. Mistresses make the rules. You follow them, or it's whatever. They'll use whatever means they want to get rid of you. And they also frown upon messing with other clients, like not a lot of infighting or anything like that, or pickpocketing from other people. They try to keep some kind of rigid control. So it's sort of a well-controlled area of chaos in some ways. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of people drinking and partying, but you don't find a lot of fights. You're not going to find people, a crime really, just because, the mistresses rule with iron fists. So that's kind of what a night is like in the Blind Row.
Okay.
Also inns and stuff too, and people can stay there long term.
Okay. Interesting. Whew. Okay. Well, I'm not. I guess my walk is kind of aimless. There's not necessarily a goal. I guess most of it is to find out a lot of what you just told me.
Yep. No, that's fine. And
So
what I'm gonna what I'm gonna ask of you now is just to kind of tell me how you're gonna kind of wrap up the night. Are you gonna stay in the Blind Row? Because you could certainly find a room and stay there, or head back to the barracks, or whatever you want to do.
No, I'm definitely going back to the barracks.
Nope. Understandable. That's fine.
Yeah, someone has apparently kidnapped me.
No, that's true too. Okay. Do you head back to the barracks for the night? Are you gonna inform anyone, captain or otherwise, about maybe possibly there's people after you, or is this all something you're absolutely keeping to yourself?
Nope, definitely keeping it to
Zip
myself.
the lip, throw away the key. Okay.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yeah, definitely not talking about that at all.
Okay. I think that's a good place as any to kind of wrap things up for tonight.